Well, what's my to-do list look like? Well, round the bottom is sacrifice my body and mind in a vain attempt to contain a god and the disease that decimated this kingdom. So that's kind of a big commitment. I'll save that for last. Well, one thing I've been doing a lot of recently is sinking to the depths of my trauma, wrestling with it, and coming out the other side a more wise, if more jaded person. And I did just recover 20 years of memory, so I could do a little bit of that. Or, alternatively, I could just explore some caves. Maybe there's like something cool in there I could look at. And that'd be a lot more fun than external and internal suffering, I think. And here's something cool already. So, Mr. Corpse, anything to say? Nothing else, huh? What are you? You weren't here before. What was that? Well, maybe the only consequences of my actions this time are some guys want to live here. Probably not. I need to see what's up.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Who are you?
Stag left. Stag right.
Oh, you guys are stags? I know one of those.
We're not. Master just likes the pun.
Oh, yeah, 'cause like stage left. And...
Yep, yeah, you got it.
So, what's this whole thing?
We're the Grimm Troop, a traveling act of some renown. Named as such due to our leader being named Grimm, and it being his troop. Usually we come to these kinds of places to perform amazing feats of magic and whatnot.
You guys sure set up fast.
Ain't our first rodeo. Even if it was an actual rodeo, it wouldn't have been our first. Yeah, we've worked those too.
Right. Well, I'm gonna go get the temperature on how the rest of the town is feeling about this.
Might want to talk to that one first. Oh yeah, that guy's been staring at us with his mouth agape since we got here. A little rude, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what this is?
Some sort of circus, it looks like?
Some sort of sinister circus. They use some inscrutable magic to set up the tent. I'm not sure I like any of this.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like it either.
He's bidden us to enter his tent and see what lies inside. I, for one, don't think it's a good idea. I've warned the townsfolk. Not that they listen to me very often.
Well, at least at the moment, they don't seem to be hurting anyone.
But when will they start? This is a siege. We're being held captive inside our own houses. No one can get in or out.
I don't think they're stopping anyone from getting in or out. Especially if it's a circus. It might even bring more people once they get the word out they're parked here. Anyway, I'm gonna go talk to everyone else.
Alright, but keep one eye on your back.
Yeah, I know. So, what's your take on those guys out there? You think we're under siege?
Oh, those guys? They're probably iridescents, so I don't think they're gonna do a lot of harm.
Iridescents?
Yeah, they basically travel around from place to place, sometimes do odd jobs around if they're in the big city, or they put on a big show for a town in a horrible, desperate need for entertainment. A family of them picked me up when I was a kid and taught me how to fight. They're good folks for the most part, though the ones that picked me up were Viridian iridescents. These guys look like Crimson, so I don't know.
What's the difference?
Like I said, I don't really know. But I do know Mama Rosetta would always say, those hoity-toity Crimsons think that they own every road in the world. But then again, she might have just had a bad turn with one or two. You know how it is sometimes.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm gonna go talk to them.
Alright.
Hey, so can I like enter the big tent here?
That depends. Are you the one who lit the torch?
I might have done that.
Oh, glad I asked then. Yeah, the master will want to see you. Yeah, whether or not you could enter depended on if you could walk into the tent. Those were two unconnected sentences. It would have been real funny if you said no, which is what we were expecting. Yeah, I was just messing with you. But if you did light the torch, boss will want to talk to you.
All right.
I heed the lantern's call. The lantern was lit, so here I am, once again in the kingdom of Hollownest. Lantern lighter, you have called. The Grimm troop has come.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I was just exploring around and hit the lantern by accident. I had no idea what it did.
Be that as it may, I am here now, and I have heard many a rumor of Hollownest's plight. I arrive and find most of the paths to the City of Tears are blocked. This is the only place we could set up camp. The rumors stated the kingdom had died. You're a denizen of these tunnels. Tell me, what happened to this place?
Oh, yeah, so a moth god called the Radiance spread a disease called the Infection that almost everyone in Hollownest got. The king disappeared, a lot of people died, and now the place is a death trap. I'm sorry if you're looking for, like, treasure or a bunch of people or something, but there's nothing here anymore.
Ah, but that clearly isn't true. Herein lies a barren kingdom, and a barren kingdom could be of much use to us.
Well, I don't know much about the iridescence, but I think you might want to look somewhere else.
Ah, so you don't know of our people. Allow me to illuminate you. We are the iridescence. We travel this world showing its inhabitants our gifts, from the brutal Neo Street Fighters, more uncompromising than anything found in an arena, to the great lantern rodeos, more daring than any rodeos seen before, and finally, to the great color fighters, where blood and light mixed in a flurry, a movement that my father helped perfect. We are a proud and strong people, proud of our accomplishments, and strong because the roads of the world demand nothing less. In all of these, we use our powers from the dark dream, listening to the call of the heart of darkness and doing its bidding. And my crimson powers are some of the most potent you will find in my kin.
Wait, the dark dream?
Yes. Now, I have a task for you if you are able.
Okay, listen, now, I don't mean to be rude, but like, you know, your whole aesthetic, talking about the fate of the kingdom, the dark dream, this isn't like an evil thing, is it? Because I gotta make sure everyone is safe.
Ah, understandable. You see, I come off that way because I like to play off the fears some have of our magic. A little bit of fear brings out a little bit of curiosity. A sound keeps going bump in the night until you simply can't help but buy a ticket to find out what's making it.
Right. So you said you had a task for me?
Yes, this place, this kingdom, from what I hear, is an empty shell of its former self. Fallen, but most of the architecture still remains, and there are citizens roaming it.
I mean, if you call the hordes of infected dudes citizens, then sure.
Details to figure later. But this land is fertile. Much can grow here, is my point.
Yeah, we do like to make a hopeful plant metaphor here and there around these parts.
All it needs is a king.
Well, I mean, I think the next in line for the throne is me, but I'm wildly uninterested in ruling Hollownest. It's way more work than it's worth.
Ah, is that right? So then you're abdicating the throne. Oh, this is perfect. Very perfect indeed.
Okay, from where it sounds like you're going with this, I'm gonna be real with you. You probably shouldn't try to rule Hollownest. It's just kind of a bad idea.
Oh, you're right. Kingliness is something that is far beyond me. It's something that takes decades to achieve.
Yeah, and, you know, this place...
I would have needed to train from a young lad to where I am now to become a king. But my son could take the throne. Take him along with you as you venture down below. Show him the paths that made up the veins of this kingdom, his future fief. And what perfect timing, too. It is time for his lighting. The time where he absorbs the energy of the dark dream so he can utilize its magic to his full potential. The servants of the Heart of Darkness already collect the flame and are placing their lanterns as we speak. This will give you ample opportunity to show him what the realm once had to offer.
His what?
His lighting. As an iridescent, he must gain his magic magic from lanterns the Heart of Darkness has placed. It is a great journey filled with trial and tribulation that will change him from a boy to a man. It's a wonderful time, and it's truly a great honor to be chosen to walk one, especially for an outsider such as yourself. I've marked the location of the flames on your map there.
How did
Go
you...
now! Seek them out. Show my son all you can of this once great kingdom. Walk with this charm, and he will find you from anywhere you venture. Together, we will make this hollow nest into something bright. No longer a babbling world of fury, but a new world of light and music. I will speak to you again once the first leg of your journey is finished.
Okay. Okay, so just equip the charm the guy who wants to have his son be king of Hollow Nest gave me, and do the things he told me to do. Yeah, I'm not comfortable with this at all. This dude seems like he's off his rocker. I think I need an expert in crazy.
Oh, hello there.
Hi. What can you tell me about the dark dream?
Ah, the nightmare.
The nightmare, huh?
Yes. Would you like to hear about it?
Yeah, I think I'd better.
Well, we seers have been keepers of the dream for thousands of years. And one day, hundreds of years ago, an aberration appeared in the dream. There was another god, similar to the radiance and the void that used dream energy, but in a much different way. Rather than working with the dream as it is, the nightmare's heart made the dream bend to its will, altering it to such a state that it was almost unrecognizable. It gifted this great power to its chosen as magic, and created a domain within the dream for it and its followers. A place that, if unattuned, is dangerous. I, for instance, am greatly attuned to the dream, but if I wander the shifting paths, I might find myself in the nightmare, and even being inside that realm would cause me unbearable physical pain.
Oh, that all sounds extraordinarily bad. Should I do something about that?
I feel this is another good lesson. You see, it's not. The nightmare's heart created a realm within the dream, and seems mostly content to stay inside it and not bother or wish to be bothered by anyone but its chosen. And of course, the magic it creates can be used destructively and to subjugate, but so can every other magic.
Okay, but, in my defense, that all sounds really spooky.
Yes, but something being spooky doesn't mean it's evil. And a majority of the reason it sounds that way is because of the seers. We were very spooked by it, and even fought a war over it with the people the nightmare's heart granted its magic to a couple hundred years ago. Nowadays, it's seen as a bit of a dark spot in our history, but the language we employed still remains.
Oh, alright. So, ultimately not like an evil thing.
The old moths believe its existence was an evil, and the iridescents thought we were evil because we attacked them apropos of nothing. The interpretation of evil we currently use would probably side with the iridescents. So, no, not really. Though the iridescents do color and light shows, and how anyone could enjoy one of those is simply beyond me. I just can't see it.
I don't know, they sound kinda cool. I might want to check them out if those guys aren't that big of a deal.
Give it a second.
Oh, yeah, because... yeah, alright, I'm gonna head out.
Come back when you want to hear more about trams.
So, okay, knowing what I do, best case scenario, I show the kid around. The kid realizes Hollow Nest isn't a good place to be king of because of how dangerous it is, and these guys just leave. Worst case scenario, a kid walks around giving everyone orders and no one follows them until he dies, either to the infection, the infected, or because, the hornet got sick of him or something. And if I do nothing, worst case scenario is the only scenario, so why not? I'm procrastinating on my destiny anyway. So, hey there, little guy.
Hi.
What's your name?
It smells really bad here.
Oh, it's gonna smell way worse when we actually get down there.
Ugh.
Yeah.
My name's Rello.
Oh, okay.
It means fire. But like the kind of fire that comes out of like a candle or like a lamp, and not like the kind that's like a campfire or like if a forest catches on fire.
Oh, that's cool.
What's your name?
Charlie.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It's just some sounds that I gave myself that sounded good together.
Oh.
So, looking at this map, there are a couple places to go get the, stuff you need. Oh, one is in Green Path. I think that's a good place to start. Not too dangerous. Ready to go?
I guess.
Good enough?
So, why does it smell so bad here?
I don't know. I think Green Path smells a lot better than most places around here.
Okay. Then why does Green Path smell better than most places?
That would be because there's less infection here. It's kinda what killed this place. Actually, maybe I shouldn't have brought you down here. Oh, look out!
It's just a fly trap. Jeez, it's not like it's the first time I've seen one.
Oh, okay. So, like I was saying, it's pretty dangerous here. Is your dad sure I should bring you down here? Because I don't know if I can totally protect you.
I've been in more dangerous places on my own.
Well, maybe not. That smell is the infection. It's the thing that killed this whole kingdom, and, well, some people seem to be immune, but I don't know why. You're not from around here, and that seems to be pretty good for immunity, but if you start getting really angry and have a hard time remembering things, we need to get you out of here.
I'm kinda angry right now. Does that count?
How's your memory?
I remember you treating me like a baby who can't even deal with a fly trap.
Yeah, you're probably fine. Well, here we are. Here's the flame. What is that, guy?
A flame guardian? He's a creature summoned by the heart of darkness. You make sure that you have the strength to claim the flame.
So, do you need to beat him?
No, you do. You're my light guide. The first couple you gotta beat to show me the path, then when I get some of the magic in me, I can use it to help you. Do you not know any of this stuff?
Nope. Your dad just told me to go to places marked on the map. I have no clue what any of this is.
Jeez, that explains a lot.
Well, he's easy enough to beat. He shouldn't take too long to... Ow. Yeah, yuck it up. Wow, you just slurped that up, huh?
Yeah.
Do you feel the powers surging within you?
I don't know, probably. Can we go?
Yeah, it looks like the next one is up by Crystal Peak. We should probably do that one next, but first I want to set some boundaries. Stay close to me as best you can.
Uh-huh. Not like that's hard.
Okay, but if we do get separated, stay where you are, unless you can't. I'll backtrack to you.
Why don't I just find you?
Because I might be going back and we might pass each other, or you might go the wrong way. Just, you know, stay put.
Fine.
Alright, hop on the elevator and... Oh, right.
Sucks that adults can't fly.
Some adults can fly.
Yeah, but a lot grow out of their wings. Is it like glowing up there?
Yep, that's the crystals.
Oh, crystals?
Yep. Alright, so I'm gonna need to go pretty fast through here. Can you keep up?
Duh.
Alright, if you say so. Yeah, that was a little too fast for him. Oh!
Hey.
Ah, so the charm just lets you teleport to me?
It shows me where you are through the dark dream so I can just get to you real quick, yeah.
Oh, well, in that case, I guess you're pretty safe around here, seeing as most of the danger is just don't fall into the spikes and you can fly, so you're probably good. Well, here's the guy. I just deal with him again?
Yeah. You do that. I'm gonna check out some of this stuff.
Hold on, I'm gonna get some better fighting ground over here.
Okay, I'll follow you over. Oh wow, this one's glowing.
Oh, watch out for that. Some of them shoot lasers.
Really?
Yep.
That's cool.
Alright, that's two. So let's think about where the next one is. Yeah?
Is there another one in here?
Yeah, not looking like it.
It just looks like there's a lot more crystal stuff deeper in.
Oh, yeah, there's like a whole mine in there. You wanna go check it out?
Can we?
Sure, let's go.
Oh wow, those guys shoot lasers?
Yep. Ow. You really like watching me get hurt, huh?
Yeah, you live here and you don't know how to do basic things.
Well, there's lots of different places in Hollow Nest, and it's been a while since I've been in this one. And last time I was here, I wasn't paying a ton of attention.
It's still funny. Is it okay if I take some crystals?
I won't be too upset.
Okay. I want to give some to Auntie D. She likes to collect pretty, fragile things. Crystals, faces, sometimes dudes. You know.
Is she with the troop? I don't think I met her.
I'll introduce you when we go back. Let's keep looking around for a bit.
So up here we have this little observation deck. You can see the town and stuff from here. Even the tents. Here, look.
Ooh, cool. I haven't seen the tents up this high since I went on the big mountain.
The big mountain?
Yeah, we were traveling around close to a city that had this big mountain, and if you climbed it, it had these telescopes you could look at to see all the people below. They looked like really small. I don't have a good metaphor or simile or whatever, but they were tiny.
Wow, that does sound cool. I've never been that far outside of Hollowness myself.
Sometimes we travel for a couple months if there isn't a lantern. If there is, we can kind of just teleport everything there.
Oh, so you've been all around the world then, huh?
Not all around. We can't cross a sea or anything.
What's that?
You don't even know what a sea is? Wow. It's still super pretty to see all the tents and everything. The lights make it look way different than the rest of the town. It helps people know we're here and just kind of looks cool. We have the coolest houses wherever we go.
Yeah, you sure do. You want to head back down to those houses and give those crystals to your auntie?
Yeah, let's go.
So this is where they kept it. This is the home of that blight. I must give you credit, old god. You quite spectacularly pass my imagination. Any of the fantasies I lived during my younger years, those beautiful dreams of the bugs in this kingdom suffering, of their world's collapse, why, nothing I could conjure came even close to the horrors you've made. I'd tip my hat if I were wearing one. But while you had plans for that, you weren't very forward-thinking, were you? I believe it might be time for a new dawn to rise. The old one here might be getting tired. So bravo! But I'll take it from here, if you don't mind. Who is it that's following me?
It's me, Grimm.
Ah, Brum! Wonderful to see you. These paths sure haven't changed, have they?
Yes. I believe it's changed much for the worse. I don't like any of this.
Yes, old friend, you've made that quite clear. But you need to see the opportunity in front of our eyes. This would be a boon for us and potentially many others.
I do not see thought in this plan. What I do see clearly is that in your attempt to capture this world, you will destroy the world you already have.
I am simply creating a better version of the world we have. A new painting of the same picture with a decidedly larger canvas.
And if you fail,
Then we will continue as we've always done. I know to whom you're comparing me, and I resent the comparison. You can either allow me to put you in a better place in this world, or you can find a new troop. I, of course, would prefer the former, but if the latter is necessary, I will understand.
very well, Troopmaster.
I'd say it's difficult to find good help these days, old god, but I would not disparage Brum so. Besides, he's not the one that's worrying. Let's hope the bug I left my son in the care of turns out to be a useful sort. He seemed as much, but you never know.
Oh, hey, Bretta. So, what's your take on the new neighbors? They seem pretty okay to me. I've been showing the leader's kid around. Oh, Rello, say hi to Bretta.
Hi. This guy smells.
Yeah, he's just kind of like that. You know,
He smells bad.
Why? Why do you insist on...
He smells like the infection.
Okay.
She likes you.
Don't know about that one, bud.
She shouldn't. You stink. Hey, Auntie D.
Hello there, Rello. Who's your new friend?
He's the guy who Dad wanted to take me on my lighting.
Ah, well, it's very nice to meet you. Did you light the lantern as well?
Yeah, I kinda did on accident. I was exploring around and found it, and I just hit it till it lit.
This is how most lanterns are lit, yes. But this is one the Master has been looking forward to for a long time.
Yeah, he said he wants to take over as king or something, and well, not to speak bad about the guy, but I feel like there might be a logistical issue or two with that he might not really be considering.
We simply do the Master's bidding. If he wishes for the kingdom, we take it. To the best of our abilities.
Oh, also, I got you these crystals in the mountain there.
Oh, how lovely. A gorgeous hue and delicate as a flower. Thank you, Rello. Though, small one. You said you ventured through the halls of Hollownest, yes?
Yeah?
Down below, past the deep musk of the sickness you speak of, there is something very precious, very delicate that I can smell.
Well, there's quite a lot down there. Could you narrow it down?
Close to the scent of many mushrooms.
You can smell all the way down to the Fungal Caverns?
She has a super good nose.
I guess so. I'll go look around there. Looks like the next one we're going to isn't too far away from that anyway. And it'd give me a good reason to show this guy the Fungal Caverns.
Is it more like the crystal place, or more like the green place?
Yeah, that depends on how much you like mushrooms.
They're okay.
Then it's a pretty okay place. But you'll really like the place where the actual lantern is, I think.
Oh, where's that?
Welcome to the City of Tears. It was once the jewel of this kingdom, so I'm told. Right now, it's just kind of a big city where everyone is infected. Oh, here's the lantern.
Okay, so, like, what exactly is the infection?
I'll tell you after I... Actually, I don't need to focus too hard on fighting this guy. So, the infection is some sort of divine disease. It makes this yellow stuff start forming inside of your body, starting with your eyes. It makes you start losing your memories, and you get really angry until you just aren't a person anymore.
What does that mean? Like, does it kill you?
Not really, it just takes over you. I'll show you in a second, but anyway, it's caused by this god called the Radiance. A lot of people tried lots of stuff to stop it, none of it worked, and I'm working on a solution of my own, but who knows if that'll work. Alright, that one there's done. Here, let me show you some of the infected. You see these guys? You see how they're just kind of shambling around? That's because there's just not that much left in them.
Yeah, how do you cure it?
Well, sometimes you can knock someone out of it. I've done it before, but I don't know at what point someone's okay to be knocked out of it.
You said you weren't sure if it was safe before, and I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. Some people are immune. I don't know why, but most people from outside the kingdom seem to be pretty immune. Maybe it has something to do with the air, I don't know. I caught it once and haven't caught it since, so maybe that helps me be immune, but I don't know, I've been trying to figure it out.
So, do you think I'll catch it?
You're probably immune, but keep an eye on your memory anyway. If you start forgetting things, I'll get you out of here.
Okay, but, like, what if I do and I can't think and end up like a zombie?
Oh, what?
A zombie!
I don't know what that is, but it doesn't hit you all at once, and if you do get infected, it might make it hard for you to focus on teleporting back to me. And in that case, just stay where you are. I'll find you.
What if those guys try and get me?
You can fly. Most things here can't. Just get to higher ground, but really, you'd probably start getting infected by now if you were going to at all, so I think you'll be fine. Oh, don't have enough soul to get through here.
Soul?
Yeah, it's the kind of magic I use.
Does it come from the light dream?
No, it kind of comes from inside you. I think everyone has some in them, and it's pretty easy to use up, so you kind of need to hit someone. I think that takes soul from them. That or hurting people gives you soul. I'm not sure.
Jeez, that's kind of a mean type of magic.
Oh, yeah,
Like you need to hurt people to use it? Sounds evil, dude.
Well, I mean, there are totems and stuff around, but yeah, hurting people is the quickest way to get it.
Super evil.
Why? Alright, the thing that she's looking for is around here somewhere. We just need to find out what... Oh, I know where it is.
Hello, I am Leg Eater.
I know. Try anything to the kid and you're dead.
He does not even have legs. Not yet.
I'm here to see those charms you got.
Yes. You want one?
Yeah, I'll take all of them.
Ooh, big spender. Very big spender. They're for my auntie. Getting presents good. I approve. Thanks.
Bye. Oh, I've never gone this way before. Watch your head there.
Yeah.
Oh, these bouncy things are fun. I don't know if you'll get a lot out of them, seeing as you can fly, but... Oh, a dream tree. My nail's got a little bit of light dream magic in it, because I got it enchanted by a seer.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty cool.
So... Your dad wants to take over the kingdom? Or, like, have you take over the kingdom or something?
Yeah. Dad used to live here when he was a kid and thought it might be a good place for the iridescents to be. But, like, not everyone wants to have a place. I mean, lots do, but some don't. And if they don't, it can just be the Grimm Kingdom. Or the Rello Kingdom, I guess.
Huh. I guess I can understand not wanting to settle down. How are you feeling about the whole situation?
Really good. It's like kinda great.
Well, unfortunately being king isn't all bathing in bathtubs full of Geo. If you want to be a good one, it's probably going to be more stressful than any other job.
Oh, I know. That's what I mean. If I'm king, I can do some real stuff for people. You know, be useful. And also be, like, successful.
Successful?
Yeah. I mean, like, what can I do now, right? I'm like an iridescent kid who never stays in one place long enough to get anywhere with anyone. I mean, I'm gonna end up with a troop when I'm older, but, I mean, we only bring in, like, a couple hundred people everywhere we go, and that's enough to maybe pay for food. But if I'm king, then, like, I can really do some cool stuff.
Alright. Well, in that case, you think we should expedite the process a little and, get you to your dad?
Yeah.
Alright, got all the flames.
Very good. The master will see you now.
Hey, Papa.
Hello, Rello. How do you feel now that the flame rests in you?
I don't know. Not super different.
When the transformation comes, you will. Go, see your father.
Welcome back!
Hey, Dad.
Hello, Rello. Were you able to collect all of the flame?
Yeah.
And what did you learn of this place?
Nothing, I guess?
What?
Well, I'm sure you learned something. Where did you go to find the flames?
Well, first we went to this kind of boring green place. There's Venus flytraps there, but it's not like I didn't know about those.
And then...
Well, we did go to this crystal place, which was pretty cool. It had guys that shot lasers from their backs. Also, there was a big glass window that we could see all the way down to the town with.
I saw the crystals you got for Anti-Divine. They look very nice.
And she wanted us to go get some from this mushroom place, so we went there. But first we went to this place that was like a big city that had these people who were infected, which is, like, the reason no one lives there. But, I mean, people do, but they all, like, don't have any brains anymore, so they just walk around like... But anyway, we went to a mushroom place where there was this guy whose name was Leg Eater, and he was like, I won't eat your legs because you don't have any. Also, this guy got hurt a lot, which was pretty funny.
Sounds like you had a lot of fun. So, how do you feel now that you have the flame inside of you?
I don't know. You're like the third person who's asked, so I think I'd notice.
I was underwhelmed at first too, so why don't we change that? All we need to do is simply ask the Heart of Darkness to heed us, and ask for one spark.
Whoa!
Oh, wow!
It is pretty impressive, isn't it? Rello, you'll now be able to help our new friend with the creatures you'll face. Lantern Lighter, the new servants of the heart are stronger than they were before. This won't be a problem, will it?
Oh, I doubt I'll have too much trouble. Especially if the little guy can help.
That's good to hear. Maybe after you make this next trek with Rello, you and I could indulge in a dance for the audience. Been a long time since I've had the opportunity with someone who is both skilled and knowledgeable.
You know what? Sure, I've fought for an audience before, and it was pretty fun. I'll see you then.
I'm looking forward to it. Good luck. And have fun with your new powers, Rello. The gifts of the heart are to be used as liberally as you see fit.
So this is the way to the Kingdom's Edge. There's actually an arena here where...
Whoa!
Oh yeah, you gotta watch out for those guys or...
I got it!
Wow, you sure did. Nice work.
This is so cool!
Yeah, it is. Alright, here's our target. Oh, he's a little bigger now.
Yep, they get stronger. You can beat them, though, right?
Oh yeah, especially with your help. Just keep on shooting.
Okay.
Oh, and don't worry about missing one or two shots. All you need to worry about is at the end of the day, you hit him more than he hits you. Look at that, kiddo, we got him.
Yep, it was easy.
Sure was. Now let's head to the resting grounds.
Is that a place where people take naps?
Nah, it's a big graveyard.
Oh, cool.
Around here it used to be, when you died, everyone would just get together and have a whole ceremony. Just for you. And you get a special little place to rest.
You guys don't do that?
Did in the town I used to live in, but in Hollowness, nope.
'Cause of the infection?
Yep.
That sounds really bad. So... that's what I'm gonna need to fix if I'm king, then.
Well, come over here. There's a thing I want to show you. You see these statues?
Yeah?
These are the Dreamers. They guard this guy called the Hollow Knight. He's my brother, and he's currently locked in a room keeping the god that made the infection inside him to stop it. It didn't work. So now what I'm trying to do is figure out how to tag him out so that maybe someone can find a cure. That's the plan I'm going with currently.
Wait, so how long are you gonna be in there?
My brother held it in for 5 years and...
5 years?
Well, That's how long he held it together before the infection started spreading again. And that was about 20 years ago.
Wait, so he's been in there for 25 years?
Yep,
And you might be too.
it's a real possibility.
Well, then I guess I gotta do a real good job being king. And make sure that everyone basically focuses super hard on fixing the infection. Me too. But I think I could do it. I'm pretty smart.
All on your own?
Well, not like just me. There's like lots of scientists who can help too. I mean, like that's how everything is cured. A bunch of scientists figure it out. We just gotta do the same thing.
I guess so. Alright, bud. Go on, let's go get that lantern guy. Alright, here we go again. I think I got these guys down for the most part, but... These guys are staying pretty far away from me. Oh, you know what?
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, I just learned that one. Already coming in handy. Ain't that right?
Yeah. I wish I could have done this a long time ago.
And eventually you'll forget what it's like to not be able to. It's pretty great.
I don't know. I kind of like having it be a cool new thing. I don't want this to get boring.
Oh, kid, there are always cool new things. I mean, when that gets boring, you'll be learning to do 2 new cooler things. I mean, if you learned everything that everyone ever did in the past, which could take your whole life, there'd still be an entire future to look forward to. There's always cool new things.
Okay. Yeah, Dad can do lots of stuff too.
Oh, when you're his age, you'll probably be able to do even more than he can.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, now that that one's taken care of, we can move on to the next one, which is... Oh, shoot. Well, I'm sorry, but we're gonna need to take you back to Green Path to get there.
That's okay.
I thought you thought it was boring.
I don't know. Maybe there's something cool in there. You'll need to show me though, cause it was super boring last time.
So, what should I expect going in to fight your dad?
Oh, don't worry too much about that. You don't have any lines. He'll just introduce you, and you just need to look menacing. I mean, as menacing as you can when you're that short.
I'll have you know not looking menacing is most of my advantage. But, well, I was more asking about what to expect during the fight. You said he can do a lot of stuff, so what kind of stuff?
There's a couple things. He'll mostly try to keep you at a distance.
Okay, that one's actually good to know.
He shoots bats a lot. That's one of his favorites.
Alright.
Sometimes he explodes into fire.
Explodes, huh?
Yeah, and if he turns into a balloon, then you really gotta watch out.
A balloon?
Yep,
Okay, I'll keep an eye out for that.
you better. He's way tougher than anything down here.
Oh, well, that makes me kind of excited to fight him.
Good, cause he's real excited to fight you too.
Oh, is that right?
Uh-huh.
Ooh. Well, anyway, there's no reason to hang around this boring place. We have a much more boring place to be. Welcome to the Howling Cliffs. There's wind, there's rocks, there's the little crawly guys, and that's it. We're just gonna go get the guy, and then we're gonna bounce. Here we go. You know, this is the area where I found the lamp that summoned you all here.
Oh. Yeah, they're just kind of around in places that people can hit sometimes on accident. I don't know why.
Well, I found it. And I found it next to, like, a big body. Any idea what the deal with that guy was?
I don't know. They probably died?
Yeah, they definitely died, but he looked like an iridescent. You don't know anyone from around here?
Nope. Except for Dad, but he hasn't lived here for a long time.
Yeah, you mentioned that. I think he was around before the infection, probably.
Probably. He doesn't talk much about it.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me too much.
I got him!
Wow, you sure did, dude. Nice shot.
Thank you. I'll be here through the 15th with a show every night. Show starts at 7, doors close at 6:30. Get your tickets early.
That's probably the most intricate version of that joke I've ever heard.
Well, that's what it's like.
I suppose you'd know. And we got one of those shows waiting for us back at the camp, huh?
Yep. Let's go.
Oh, sounds like they already started.
Yeah, we're right on time. Come on.
Now, I have told you of my son, and I have told you of the ritual.
Lantern lighter, are you ready for your dance?
Sure am.
Then enter. Rello, you follow.
I know what I'm doing. Jeez.
A friend to lead him through the great iridescent ritual of lighting, where a child becomes a man. Welcome back. You have returned with my child, full of flame. Rello, how do you feel?
I can feel the flame burn within me. My inner strength yearns to be set free. The lights have all changed color. The color that matches my soul. The color crimson.
Very good. Come to me, my son. Let me guide your strength and guide you into the realm of nightmare. Gone from this plane, now in another. Now with the nightmare's heart, and will re-arrive stronger. And to make his journey less perilous, we offer the nightmare's heart a dance! And now we reach the climax of tonight's entertainment, which is a great dance performed by me and the one who lit the lantern and called us to this place. While small in stature, his combat prowess is great. Not all but the most brave could face the creature summoned by the nightmare's heart. And I hear he is faced even stronger down in the dark caves of the Dead Kingdom. Though he may, very well tonight, have met his match.
Beat his ass, little dude.
Thanks, Zelda. Why are you wearing that?
I don't know. They were handing these out when I came in.
It makes the audience feel like part of the show. It was one of Divine's ideas. She has a true talent for showmanship. I see that many of you are familiar with him. You may have seen him perform in the arena down below, or patronizing your shops up above. And so you know the strength inside of him. But can he face down the true power of the nightmare? Bow.
Alright, so how hard do you want me to go?
I want you to fight with everything you've got. Let the dance begin!
Just go all out? You might die if I do that.
Ah, yes. You fight for survival here, don't you? Well, in that case, maybe pull your punches a little. But to be clear, it's fine to leave me with a few scars. I won't be going easy on you either.
Alright, fair enough. And yeah, you kind of need to fight for survival in Hollow Nest. But I have talked to some friends about fighting stylistically, and I never really got what they meant until, like, now. Your stuff is really pretty.
Thank you very much. That compliment means a lot coming from someone who's seen so much combat. I'm glad I could show you the flashier side of your tragically utilitarian profession.
Yeah, people keep saying my fighting style is utilitarian, but I got some flash. That dodge I do is pretty flashy.
It might be the charms. It's not unheard of to bring them into the ring, but usually they're used for anything else. It's sort of like fighting with a plow or a shovel.
Well, I do have an ability that basically uses soul to turn my body into a shovel, so...
That's very funny. Well, I'll say this. Your utilitarian roots have allowed you to pick up the rhythm of this dance quite nicely, and the stage fits you like a glove.
Thanks. Now, you know, while I have you on the horn, about this whole ruling Hollow Nest thing, I'm just not sure
Up. After the show, we can talk about business. I still have many things to look over myself before we get into the nitty-gritty, but rest assured I am doing my due diligence. This will not be a simple acquisition, so I don't intend to rush too far ahead.
Alright, it's just, you know, I'm not sure about the whole thing.
Let your worries float away into the dance. That's why we do it, you know. The quick movements, the bright light, the cheer of the audience. It puts you here and only here. A bright moment of warmth shared by all in the room, where the rest of the world disappears into an intangible darkness. Fear, doubt, longing, worry, all sink to the place the light doesn't touch. Dance with me, and let it all disappear.
And that was our death-defying dance, ladies and gentlemen. And now that me and my lovely partner have finished, not unscathed, but still living, we shall see if the nightmare has accepted our offering. Rello, my son, spring forth from nightmare and show us the gift it has given you! Rello, my son, how do you feel?
I feel stronger than I ever have. The nightmare has blessed me.
But not than you ever will. Your journey is not over yet. Go! There are still more flames to collect and more strength to gain. Now, before we end our show tonight,
go.
let me tell...
Wow, that was really something.
You got the post-show shakes?
Yeah, I think I do.
That's just the nervousness leaving your body. It's fun though, right?
Yeah, wow.
How was my performance, do you think?
Oh, you were pretty good. Hardly sounded like you. I mean, you sold it.
Yeah, I've got that part down pretty good. I mean, I can act and everything, and when I become king, I could probably do that to get my citizens to like me and stuff. I don't know how I'll do my act, though. I mean, there's lots of stuff to figure out, like if I call it the nightmare or not. Dad thinks it brings people in because it's, like, different and kind of scary, but Papa hates it and thinks we shouldn't, so I don't know. I'll need to figure that out.
Yeah, You're pretty sure you want to be king.
Definitely sure.
Well, in that case, we'd better get going, huh?
Yeah, let's go. Wait, let's go give these to Auntie Divine before we go any farther.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right.
Me, oh my, Arello, look at you. Look how you've grown.
Yeah, I guess. I could shoot stuff now, though, so that's cool.
Ah, I'm so proud. Small one, did you bring me what I asked?
Yep, got him right here.
These are delicious, yes, but they merely carried a hint of what I was looking for. Where was it you got them?
A guy named Leg Eater had them.
Ah, yes. He's who I seek.
Gross.
Yeah, this whole thing is super gross, but, like, sure, why not?
Oh, it has not even begun to get gross.
Wow.
Take these charms, they carry my smell. Their vendor will be able to follow it to me.
I don't even know if I want to touch this, but... Oh, wow, these charms are really good. Do you mind if I keep these?
Bring me the leg eater and they're yours.
Sounds good. So, quickest way there is looking like it's actually just down the well.
Oh, is this how you get into hollowness from the surface if you don't use a stag?
Is now.
Oh man, it smells so bad down here.
Yep. The infection is really, really strong down here. I'm gonna need you to stick close to me, bud. Everything down here is real nasty.
Did that guy just explode himself?
Uh-huh. Be careful.
Why is it like this around here?
Probably because we're close to the Black Egg. It's the place where my brother is. It's only a couple of inches away from where we're walking.
So, why did he do it? I mean, it's super brave, but, like, why?
Short answer is our dad told us to.
I might need the long answer because half the time I don't do what my dad tells me to do.
Well, long answer is that we were born to do it, and it's the only thing we were ever supposed to do.
Now I get it. It's kind of the same thing with me and the troop. Which, how am I gonna run that being the king? I mean, maybe I don't need to, but I definitely miss it.
Yeah, that whole thing Well, what if you decide not to be king?
I don't know why I'd do that.
Hypothetically, I mean. You know, a lot of this is your dad's idea, and you did say that you don't listen to him half the time.
Well, yeah, half the time. If it's something like, don't touch that, you'll die, I'll listen to that.
Okay, but let's say you didn't listen to him this time, and you don't be king. Then what happens?
I don't know. Guess there's just no king then.
Okay. So, how about we go see Leg Eater and get those two together? I want to own these charms before I start testing them out. So, found someone who strengthened those charms.
That smell! The smell of them is yes!
Yeah, that's sort of what I'd hoped you'd say. She's waiting for you on the surface.
I can waste no time! I must go!
All right.
Have fun. What a weirdo.
Yeah, I honestly never thought I'd talk to him again, but here we are. These charms are really good, though. I mean, they just make me hit harder and get hurt less. Usually there's something I need to be clever with, but these... Wow. There's our guy.
Okay, this is when they start getting real tough.
Yep, just keep shooting. Oh, wow, that does hurt. You weren't joking.
Yeah, it's a pretty strong ability. You gotta be a real powerful iridescent to use that. Dad can't even do it, but Grandpa could.
Grandpa?
Yeah, Dad's dad. That's what a grandpa is? He was the old leader of the troop.
Oh, so the troop's just, like, being handed down?
Yeah, people come and go. Papa has stuck around kind of forever. Auntie D was around before I showed up, and then I got adopted, so...
And Papa's the dude with the accordion, right?
Yep, his name's Brom.
Well, if you're gonna get the troop, though, why even become king of this place? You're gonna have, like, your own circus.
Dude, if you can't tell the difference between being a king and being a circus barker, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, being the troop leader is cool, but it's not exactly high class or anything.
I guess not, but, well, I'm the prince, and I'm not really that high class either.
You're the prince?
Yep, next in line for the throne. Legally, you know.
Oh no. Does that mean we're gonna need to fight?
Oh, I do not want to be king.
Alright, so then I can just be the king.
You're not gonna ask why I don't want to?
I don't need to? Being king is a difficult thing that you kinda need to give your whole life to. But, like I said, I'm pretty smart. I'll get it.
Oh, you know what? I know a couple of queens who run the Mantis Kingdom. We could go talk to them about it, learn some of the stuff that you might need to know.
Oh? Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, guys.
Hello there. What can we do for you?
Well, you see, I'm taking this little guy on a field trip of sorts. He wants to know about being a leader.
What do I need to be king? Or queen, I guess, for you guys.
You'll need to be strong-minded and strong-willed. You'll eventually end up with a decision in front of you where neither of the outcomes are good.
And on top of this, you'll need to be able to trust your wits and see several angles. A choice that seems good in the short term might not be good in the long term. Listen to your advisors. The knowledge they have of what they oversee will always be greater than yours.
And coming to us to ask this question is a pretty good start.
Yeah, that's what I thought, pretty much.
Yeah, agreed. So, Gelnine,
Yes?
do you have any advice?
I would mostly echo what my sisters have said. I suppose I don't have that much more to add.
Sure you do. I mean, this kid wants to be King of Hollow Nest, you see. Not exactly a position forced on him, but one he really wants to fill.
Are we sure that...
Yeah, no, I see what this guy is trying to ask. Gelnine, what do you think it would take to be king of Hollow Nest under its current circumstances?
Be specific.
I don't think that's necessary. A quick rundown is probably all we need.
I suppose I could. So, if your goal is to rule any kingdom, ultimately you're going to need to learn a lot about statecraft. And if you're going to rule Hollow Nest, you're going to ultimately want to learn with dealing with the infection. Most of your subjects are suffering under it, and if they're sick, they can't participate in society. Like I always say, statecraft is peoplecraft at the end of the day.
It's true. She is always saying that.
Think of your kingdom like a machine. The people are like the crystals that power the machine, or wait, they're more like the cogs inside. The power is probably basic amenities, food, water, shelter, etc. in this metaphor, so think of the people as the gears of the types of trading you'll want to pay attention to. Intra-kingdom trading and extra-kingdom trading. For the former, you'll want to make inroads to the hive, because aside from us, they're the only part of the kingdom producing anything, and you'll probably need to offer them permanent sovereignty to even start trading. Not to mention deepness, which Riel might be able to... Okay, then you'll have to find some way around that. But really, you should focus on the hive first, because the really scary part is the economic instability that you'll be facing when the kingdom starts up. There's kind of no way around it until the reconstruction policies start to kick in, and that could take a year or two at least. And with the level of instability you're looking forward to, you'll want to be sure to reform the city guard at the very least, to make sure you're not just killed, much less usurped. And Riel could give you some...
Again, no.
So then you'd be on your own in that aspect too. And while there is much more to talk about, that should be enough to get you in a place where you can start to prepare to solve these problems. I must say, I do not envy you.
Rello, she's done. Wake up.
So, you see there are many hurdles you'll need to overcome.
Yep, lots to think about. Doesn't it sound exciting?
Not really, but, like, I guess it's adult stuff and it'll be exciting then. I don't know. I mean, I know I gotta do it.
Well, do you? It's a big responsibility, is what we're saying. Lots to think about, and it's not gonna be easy to even remember this stuff.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna be king now. Duh. I'll do it when I'm an adult, when I can, like, figure this stuff out better. It's gonna be hard, but it shouldn't be that hard. I mean, I'll start learning about this stuff now, and then start to get to it when I'm an adult, right?
Alright. Anyway, we should keep going. But before we do, let's see how Divine and Leg Eater are getting on before we get to the next one.
Do we have to?
I want to see how that played out. Look, we'll just check in on them real quick and then we'll go.
Alright.
Ah, the Fungal Kingdom. I suppose the City of Tears never fully consumed you, and here you still grow, wild as ever. What a testament! Though, the infection has spread here as well, hasn't it? I suppose when I think of Hollow Nest, I really only think of Central Hollow Nest. That mindset was the entire problem, wasn't it?
Yes, it does.
You're speaking to me through the light dream. Very powerful. Where are you? Close. Ah, up. Hello, Moth.
Hello, Iridescent.
I assume we can put any bad blood between our people behind us.
Oh, yes, of course. The creed in Hollow Nest these days is all are equally unwelcome.
As it always was. So, you're tending a graveyard and have a deep enough connection to the light dream to find me. You wouldn't be a seer, would you?
I would. Though I don't do much of that these days.
Yes, this kingdom doesn't leave a lot of customers for any profession, I'm noticing.
No, it doesn't. And yet, you'd still like to take over?
So you've guessed my plan?
Voices echo quite loud in these hallways.
You sound like you disapprove. You don't think I'd be able to create a better world in this place where I king? Doesn't seem like there's much worse it could get.
Oh, it can always get worse. Not that I think you'll make it that way. But I do have a question. You played a game that was rigged against you. One that was so broken, uneven, and cruel, the table was flipped and the board caught fire. And so you come in, asking to play another round, but with the handicap on your side. Why not play a different game?
I must say you have a talent for the theatrical. Well, to answer that question, this may be the grandest game of all. To stand with a blue ribbon here would bring me more glory than any other show, would it not?
Grand. What is grandness in this situation? When you have that medal, who will praise you? Everyone has already left the table. And what does that victory look like? Is it peace, happiness, serenity? And if it's not, why play the game at all? What worth do you have for a golden statue of yourself and gloating rights if you don't have those other things?
You're assuming much too much selfishness on my part. I do not wish to rule this kingdom. I wish to see my son rule.
I know.
Very well, Seer, but I believe we can make this broken, burnt-out world a better place.
You'd still be playing the same game.
Well, then I suppose I'll need to prove it to you. Under my son's rule, Seer, you'll see your life improved. Ta-ta.
Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Oh, God. Divine?
Yes?
I have a question. Did you...
Enjoy your gift? Yes, very much. The flowers of love blossomed, and they will live on forever in my memories. One of my best suitors. Thank you for the introduction.
I don't feel good about leading him to his death. I mean, I didn't even really like the guy, but I don't even know if he ate legs.
Let me act as the voice of your intuition and tell you he enjoyed his moment of death.
That makes it so much worse.
Love is gross.
In this case, I'm gonna agree with you there, little buddy.
And ironic.
Yeah, what?
He was leg eater. Never ate a leg. Until he found a woman with no legs, who then ate his. A tale as old as time.
Alright, next place we need to go is Deep Nest. I haven't spent a lot of time there, so I want you to stay pretty close. I'll try to keep our time in there to a minimum.
I mean, everywhere is dangerous around here.
I hear the Deep Nest is a little bit worse, kind of like the Crossroads are now.
But you don't know.
Yep, and that's the scary part. You're getting stronger, bud, but even still...
Yeah, Hollow Nest is super dangerous and scary. You've only said that a million times. I'll stay close.
Okay.
Wow. It's dark. And there's lots of webs here. Are the weavers here eating people?
I'm going to say, let's play it safe and assume yes. We shouldn't be far from where we need to go.
So, let's say, like, I got stuck in a web.
Did you?
No, but, like, let's say I did. I don't know if you know this, but do you think that going into the dark dream would work? Like, I could just go through and find you using the charm?
I don't know. It might, and if it does, then do that. And if it doesn't, well, you know, we talked about that.
Just stay where I am.
And I'll find you.
Before I get eaten?
I'm pretty fast, it'll be fine, but, yeah, let's just get to the torch as quick as we can, okay? Looks like this is the place, according to the map at least.
I don't know. Looks like it's the place according to the place.
Yeah, that too. It's in one of the lower buildings. Here.
Oh, hey, Papa.
Hey. So I guess we're fighting you?
I would prefer that not be the case.
Okay, so are you just here to give us the flame?
I am here to give you this light, but there's something more I wish to discuss. Grimm's wish to rebirth Hollownest is not as innocent a want as you think.
I did kind of figure that, yeah.
It's not surprising that you would, but there's more to the story. You see, the troop used to belong to his father, a color fighter of great renown, and it wasn't a traveling troop, it was anchored to Hollownest. This, of course, was before the fate that befell it. Hollownest was a good kingdom to do repeat shows in. The City of Tears was a great hub of finance, so we could upcharge to show the purple-cloaked bugs of Hollownest the strange magic we possessed. And in that tint, we were revered. But ultimately, we were outsiders. And of course, this fact is evident no matter where you go. The best places are welcoming, the worst are hostile. Hollownest was one of the latter, though not hostile in that we would be driven out, but in that our existence and magic were seen as obscene. Now, we all have our ways of dealing with this. I've been too harsh for good business on occasions, I'll admit. Your father, for the most part, ignores it, but your grandfather, he took to it, started believing it. This idea that his existence was obscene. At first, I thought he'd taken to it as a tactic to better make contacts throughout the city, meet people on their level. And it very well might have been then, but eventually it became how he saw himself, and how he saw us. It began with him instructing us not to speak to certain people. Then it was to obey given orders by our betters. Then do not leave the tents during the day, so as not to disturb the sanctity of the peace and people. And then one night it caught up to him. He was beaten. I don't know by whom, but it sent him into a panic. A man who was known for his fighting abilities was so terrified of these Hollownesters he ran. Packing scarcely, he fled into the Howling Cliffs, where I found him dead. But I was not the first to find him. Rello, when your father found your grandfather, he was angry. It was an anger that was understandable. It was one that I felt too. He was angry at me, angry at his father, angry at anything he could think to be angry at. But most of his anger centered on this place. He wanted it to burn, and eventually it did. I thought the fate that befell this kingdom might abate his anger, but when the lantern was lit, I saw it come back. That feverish glint in his eyes returned. Rillo, he's not here to gift you a kingdom, but to use you to enact revenge upon it. A needless and petty revenge.
Okay. So, sounds fine to me. It sounds like those guys need some revenging on. Or like, they already got it, so what does it matter?
Because this is needless. It is a needless burden to put on a child's shoulders, one you should not need to bear.
Okay. Well, one, it's not needless. Making a big kingdom for us to live in sounds pretty good to me. And two, I maybe want to be king. You know, I might actually be able to do something good eventually. I mean, I was already gonna be a troop leader. What's so different? It's just a bigger troop. I don't know what you're trying to do here.
Lantern lighter. If we snuff the lantern before Rello's lighting is finished, we will need to go in search of another one. We might return, but it will give me more time.
Oh, so you're just going to ignore me? Yeah, real adult. Real mature of you. Well, you know, if you're just gonna ignore me, I'll just leave then. Come on, Charlie.
You know where you will find me.
Well, just one more.
Yeah. But can you believe that, though? What was his entire goal there, even? Like, great, now I know my dad's tragic backstory about how Grandpa died because Hollownest sucked. Like, oh, maybe we shouldn't make Hollownest better then. Like what? What was he even trying to argue, right?
I don't know. I agree it was ultimately a really bad argument.
Right? Like, what does he want with it?
But, well, I also don't think you should try to be king of Hollow Nest.
Really? You two?
Okay, listen, I don't know anything about your family stuff. I'm just hearing about it now. But I know Hollow Nest pretty good, and I don't think that Hollow Nest wants you to rule it.
Yeah, I know it's going to be hard, but I'll figure it out. I won't, even be the first person to do that.
Things have changed a lot since the last king.
And I'm a different bug, so I'll find a different way to do it.
Alright, we're pretty close to it. There is something else I want to show you. So, this is the Abyss. This is where I come from. And the floor you're walking on are my old siblings. They died down here when we got locked in by the king. The reason that we were born was to try to hold the radiance inside of us.
Yeah, I know! I'll need to make tough decisions. We went over this with the Mantis ladies.
No, that isn't my point. They all died, and it still didn't work. Not only did it not work, a bunch of people tried to kill the king. And now we're about 20 years out from that, and things are worse because we had a king that wasn't super great, according to everyone I talked to. And also, according to everyone I talked to, we're just better off without one. This isn't a kingdom I think it would be hard for you to rule. I don't think anyone should rule this place. This is a place that doesn't have a ruler and just shouldn't. Really, it should just be left alone. The only reason I'm not leaving it alone is because I'm maybe the only person who can help it just a little bit.
Okay, but if I do, we can have a place for the iridescents to be. It could be a totally new kingdom.
Well, why does it have to be this horrible place? And moreover, why do you have to be king of the iridescent?
Because if I'm not, then what am I?
I don't understand what you mean by that.
Of course you don't.
Rello? Rello? Oh man, I hope he went back to the tents. Oh, I really hope he went back to the tents.
This fountain. I remember you. I remember playing around you when I had my wings, and before you had that gaudy statue. It was probably out of the kingdom before you were given your ill-begotten crown, but I do remember you fondly. I would play with the other grubs, running, crawling, and flying around you. Always had more fun on this side of the city than the other. Didn't know why back then, but I do now. A bit of time, age, and perspective can show you much. Isn't that right? Yes, I'm talking to you, Watcher. I have been this whole time. I haven't seen the dream light of the infection on you as you followed me. Who are you? A traveler like me? Or are you a relic of this old place?
You could call me a preservationist. And you don't seem like a tourist or a treasure hunter. What are you doing here?
To be honest, I was, at first, thinking of taking over this place as king. Then I realized I might not make such a good king, so I wish to grant this kingdom to my son. And as I walk these paths, I'm getting an inkling that it might not be something I should pursue at all.
You should listen to that inkling. You wouldn't even be the first to try, and I wouldn't even need to stop you.
Well, I suppose I'm glad your reaction wasn't shock. Though I understand why it might not have been. I'm sure many of these mumblings have sounded frankly heretical to your ears.
Oh, no! Honestly, it's refreshing. Most people come in here with this almost disgusting admiration for this awful place.
I know exactly what you mean. While traveling, I had to constantly explain to bugs that Hollow Nest was nothing but a deep pool of grit and grime beneath a singular layer of gold paint. Got so irritating, I'd pretend I'd never heard of Hollow Nest, much less spent my formative years there. I hated this place. I never stopped hating it. I simply gained more to focus on the farther away I got, but the hate never went away. I wanted to see this kingdom suffer, and here it is, suffering. I felt some jubilation for a moment, but now I don't. I don't know what to feel anymore.
At this point, for me, it's just pity. I mean, yeah, this place sucked. It was a god-awful place filled with god-awful people, but at a certain point, it's like, they've suffered enough. Come on. This isn't comeuppance anymore, it's just cruelty. Especially because of all those innocent people that are suffering too. After 20 years, it's just sad.
Yes, I think pity is what I feel as well. Not for these people, their cruelty is still fresh in my mind, but I think I feel pity for myself. Ugh, I must sound very selfish.
I won't judge. I wouldn't be a good judge if I tried.
I'll assume you lost your childhood to this place too. But I, like you, also have a different perspective now. I have a child of my own.
I can't imagine bringing a child into this world. Couldn't exactly guarantee I'd give them a better life. All they'd get was the same misery I have to deal with. No offense.
None taken. Especially seeing as this child was already here, I just took him in. But you make a concise point. That child has been my driving force ever since. Sure, that anger still resides in me, but if that was the only reason I was here, I would maul some of these infected purple robes and be on my way. But the idea of my son having a grand life here, one that the children of those robed had, that is my guiding light.
I'm not lowborn myself. The fact that I'm still alive should be proof enough of that. And I did grow up here, during and through all of this. I can tell you it's not luxurious. You either become a monster or you become terrified of them. You won't be able to tell which you've become, but it won't matter because you'll hate yourself for being either. And if he did try to rule this place, he'd take every single horrible thing he saw personally, even if there was nothing he could do to stop it. And to be clear, there wouldn't be. Trust me, I know.
You very well might be right. This great gift, were I to give it to him, he'd be cursed to tend a garden full of poisonous fruit, thorny vines, and ever-growing weeds. A cursed plot that would only bring him pain. I believe you might not be the first person to say this.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious to anyone who's lived here for more than a week.
So it's funny that I didn't see it. Though I suppose, in the end, I always saw myself as one of those purple robes. Not deserving of my place in the world, but deserving of a higher one. I was clever and charismatic and all the things those people were, more so even, and yet I stood in the gutter. My mind knew, under the purple wrappings, their carapace was as hard as mine, and the bugs in the gutters around had minds as sharp, but my heart yearned to stand in their towers, feeling that there was some inherent betterness in those towers that I deserved. And with the coming of my son, my everything wished to put him atop the highest one, for I feel he truly deserves it. But seeing it here, my heart might be starting to understand what my mind knew.
The winners didn't deserve to win, the losers didn't deserve to lose, and the only reason we played this game at all was because the winners had a tendency to kill anyone who suggested a different game.
Yes, that seems to be a common sentiment in these parts.
It's not a hard conclusion to come to.
That's true. And for that reason, it's easy to understand how starting a new kingdom with different inequalities might not be the future the few denizens of this place would accept. Very well. I suppose I should take my leave then. I have a son to speak to and a few people to apologize to.
Alright. Well, so long as you stay out of trouble around here, we won't have a problem.
If your goal was to keep me out of trouble, Weaver Daughter, you've succeeded. You might not make a very good judge, but you do make a very good preservationist. Ta-ta, and farewell.
Hey, you guys seen Rello?
Nope, I haven't.
Do you think maybe he just teleported inside of the tent?
That's how Grimm does it most of the time. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest.
Alright. Rello? Are you here? Grimm, I can't find Rello. Grimm?
Grimm's out.
Alright, fine. At least I know where one of them is. Brum? Oh, I really hope you're here. We got a situation on our hands.
Lantern lighter! Come, we must snuff the lantern.
Man, that's gonna have to wait.
My ears are not as good as they once were. Come closer so I can hear you over the wind.
Okay, yeah, I'm on my way. Alright, dude, I need your help.
Wait, before you start, I would like to explain something.
This is time sensitive.
This won't take long. The truth is, I wasn't upset about the revenge. I'm simply afraid Grimm is walking the wrong path in regards to Rello.
Well, okay, but Rello
Grimm's
is...
father didn't name him. I did. He's named after my father. Grimm's father was unattentive, much less than the father he should have been. I was the one who was left to watch over him, who came to him crying in the nights, and I was the one who walked with him during his lighting.
That potentially explains a lot, but Rello...
It is the father who is supposed to walk with their son during the lighting. It is a journey they are meant to take together. And I had seen Grimm raise that child with so much love that I'd assume he decided not to take the same ill path as his father. But he's going down that path. Come, let us dim the lantern. Maybe if we leave this place, he'll come to his senses, that this revenge quest is senseless.
This might not be the correct path, old friend.
Grimm, thank God. Listen, Rello...
And what would you have me do? You're consumed by the madness of this place.
Forcing fate's hand would not have swayed me.
Again, what else would you have me do?
If I didn't in some way agree with you. I wish to take this place and give it to Rello as a gift, to give him a better life than I had. I had no need for revenge, just a better life for my son. However, I learned something. I met a weaver woman who spoke to me in that candid weaver way that has a tendency to unearth truths at the bottom of the glass. I saw a world with two columns, one that stood higher than the other, and my solution to this problem was to try to seat my son on the upper column. But, of course, that would do nothing to remedy the problem. If the iridescents are going to have our own land, we'll all need to gather and decide where it may be. Neither me or my son will declare kingship over it. And if this troop will have a home, it is one we will stand alongside the other bugs.
Okay, listen.
I have been, believe it or not. And I will heed the advice you've been trying to give me all this time, new friend. We won't find our home in Hollow Nest. We'll look for more fertile land. But, Brum, the thing you were right about, and the thing I needed to hear, was that I should be the one taking Rello on his lighting. Though you've done an admirable job, Charlie, this is my duty, and one I will do happily. Rello, come along! Where is Rello?
Missing!
I'm sorry, did you say Rello was...
Yes! That's what I've been trying to tell you this whole time!
Then we don't have a moment to lose. Anywhere he might have gone, do you think?
I don't know.
Okay, anywhere we could scratch out as options.
Yeah, probably not Deep Nest or the Forgotten Crossroads. He got real scared when we went into there. And probably not Green Path. He was horribly bored.
He's never been a fan of botany. Anywhere he took to.
Crystal Peak is probably the place he enjoyed the most, but I don't know.
Neither do I. I suppose he is getting to that rebellious age. I should have seen this coming.
I don't know. I mean, he complained a normal amount, but for the most part, he generally stayed close, did what I told him, followed any Oh, I think I know where he is. He might be in the Crystal Peaks, too. You go check there. I'm gonna go look where we got separated. Hey, Rello.
Leave me alone!
Well, I didn't spend all this time looking for you just to give up when I found you. And I know how frustrating it can be when someone doesn't listen to you. So I want to do that. What did you mean back there when you said, then what were you?
I gotta be able to be something.
Oh, I hear you might be getting the troop when you're older.
Oh yeah, the troop. Yeah, a circus show that runs around different places for a couple hundred people, barely making any money. Like, you can't get it. You're like a prince with a destiny and stuff. You have something that you just get to be. I have to find something, and what if I just end up nothing? A nothing person. Just everything I am being reduced to a hole in the ground with a tombstone. Here lies Rello. Never did anything worth anything.
There is a reduction of yourself here, but it is not the world that is the perpetrator. It is you, reducing yourself only to your success.
Leave me alone, Dad.
No, this is a problem that I started, so it's a problem I need to fix. This idea of your self-worth being tied entirely to your future profession is not an ill I can take full credit for, but it's not one that I ever tried to abate. I was wrong to give you that idea.
Oh, so you're on Papa's side now.
In his defense, your papa did also immediately apologize for saying something when he really meant something else.
And then afterwards, he stated what he thought was happening, which also, in fact, happened to be wrong. But let's forget that for a moment and take your fear to the extreme. Let's say you die, never becoming great or renowned, simply living a life where only a number of people smaller than a town know of your existence. Then you die. So what? That's how most bugs live. And if you speak to them near the end of their lives, many of them will tell you that's all they needed.
The heart isn't asking you to be the great man that leads the charge into the new world. The heart isn't asking anyone to do that. If in your entire life, all your deeds only affect 5 people...
I'd say 6.
Fair enough. 6. Let's say you affect 6 people your entire life. And you're kind, good to those people, and try your hardest to help them in whatever way you can, then you've done all the heart asks. I cannot begin to describe the smile on Divine's face when she told me about how amazed she was with your new growth spurts. With a tear in her eye, she remarked, "Oh, how quick he's growing." Not to mention how your pawpaw has been talking about how close you are to your lighting for months. Been near the only thing on the old man's mind. Even the small things. Stag Wright talks to this day about when you first were able to sit on his back without falling off. And to say that these are the only people you've affected would be a gross underestimate. You're more than definitely my son, and you have my charisma. You've made at least one friend every single place we've gone with ease. You know, when I found you, an abandoned grub, starving and crawling in the street, I brought you into the caravan with all the others, and we put it up to a vote whether we would take you with us. We knew that you would be another mouth to feed, another person to spend money on doctor bills, more weight for left and right's backs to carry, and a grub at that, someone that requires constant care for the first several years of his life. And not a single one of us voted no. Not a single one of us even needed to give it a second thought, and not a single one of us has regretted that decision even for a second. And you would reduce all that worth to your profession? To your standing in the world's hierarchy? Well, I, for one, won't stand for that. When a king finds himself in that same hole in the ground we all do, bugs are sad because it's their duty to be. But when you eventually find yourself there, they will be sad because they will never spend another day with you. You might not have the same ability to change the world as a king, but you're worth a nightmare of a lot more than any king to everyone you've met, and I'm not going to let you forget it. And I think you have some more lighting to do, and I think it's my job to walk with you on that path.
Okay, but I do like Charlie, though.
I like Charlie, too. Let's get all of us back to the tents, then. We can talk more there.
Okay.
Well, it seems, while ultimately some of the people in Hollow Nest are very good, Hollow Nest itself might not be. Especially seeing as the hazards in this place will make the last round of Guardians very difficult to fight. So, we might want to move on to a somewhat nicer place, and simply light the lantern ourselves. But Charlie, you were the one who lit the lantern. Why don't you be the one to snuff it?
All right. Wow. I can't believe they're just gone.
Charlie, we're down here.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're never one for long goodbyes. In our line of work, you get very good at expediting them. However, Charlie, apologies for putting you on the spot, but I'm going to leave you at a bit of a crossroad. Rello has certainly taken a liking to you, especially seeing as you walked most of the way through his lighting with him. I was wondering if you could come along with us. I doubt I'd find any complaints from the rest of my troop, and hard knows I could use some companionship as well, and you, I must say, are maybe the best dancer I've ever encountered.
Gross.
Oh, hush. Well, would you mind if I whisked you away to the wide open road?
Well, it's a tempting offer, but I got a job to do. And I can't really leave until it's done, and who knows how long that will be.
Ah, disappointing, but not very surprising. Very well. I suppose our next dance will simply have to be in my dreams. We will say our goodbyes.
Goodbye, Charlie. I mean, going on a lighting with a stranger is super weird, and so are you. But, like, in a good way. So it all worked out. And thanks for talking with me about the other stuff, too.
No problem, bud. And if anyone around here asks about you, I'll leave that part out.
Thanks.
Goodbye, Charlie, and goodbye, Hollow Nest. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I do hope we pass by again. Ta-ta, and farewell.
And I hope by that time it's a place worth stopping by. Gonna take a lot of work to get it there, though. Guess I better get back to it. I have come, beast of nightmare, O great horror upon these lands. I have searched far and wide, and now my nail finds its final target.
Hunter of the vampiric, you have met your death. A great long trek you've taken only to fall.
I will not fall to one such as you. I have not walked the paths of this world to find my end at my destination. I did not slay the great beasts of the forest, battle the horrid men of the deep, and ride upon the backs of the great desert worms to fall to you.
And yet, here you will fall!